Welcome to episode 2, guys. I'm gonna come up with a name for the podcast. We didn't get there yet, but as soon as I come up with the name, I'll let y'all know. So, just like last time, I got 4 questions. Today, I'm actually focusing on being transgender in rural Pennsylvania. And I'm kind of going to go back in time because I grew up in Mifflinburg, which extremely small town. I only live like a half an hour from there now, but it's so kind of blast from the past using that town as to answer majority of the questions because it's super rural. It's like farm community Amish. It's the definition of central. It's Pennsylvania, like through and through Pennsylvania Dutch. Also, I wrote this on my electric bill because I don't have my other phone and I couldn't find a notebook, and now I'm seeing like 4 of them. But all right, so the first question: what does community look like when there isn't a designated area to hang out or like a local community center? Well, at that point, you kind of have to make your own community, your own friends, people that enjoy the same activities as you. Like, I know growing up, I was into sports. I love sports. I still love sports. But playing sports, especially, growing up, because you go all through school, play JV, varsity, and, if you go to college or not. So that was always a big thing I was into: sports and fashion. So, like, sneakers, Jordans, and any hats. Fitteds, snapbacks were a huge thing at that time. Is like 2012, 2014, so definitely a lot of that fashion. I remember Tumblr was a big thing then. So people that like that kind of stuff, and I'm getting off topic, people that like that kind of stuff, those are the people that I flocked with. I had a group of friends, and yeah, whether they were good or bad, I no, probably not good, but hey, you find a sense of community, and like whether you navigate it the correct way or the incorrect way, that's on you. You know what I mean? The choices you make, right from wrong. But that was something I struggled with. So, how do you navigate the balance of being your authentic self or maintaining privacy in a small town? So, and I think I touched on this last time actually. I don't come out at work. I don't tell people. It's not like it's tattooed on my forehead. And if I do feel comfortable enough to tell someone that I've gotten close to at work, I genuinely already know that they're probably not going to be an asshole to me about it. And you got to feel people out. Like, you can tell what kind of person someone is. But then I've had situations that have blown my mind where, like, and I'm not trying to bring politics into it or anything, but like a lot of right-wing people don't support it. So I've had people extremely right-wing at work, and they find out and they're like, oh wow, like I would have never known. You've changed my perspective on it. So like, you do run into situations, or I have ran into situations like that more than anything else. Especially today, I cannot tell you the last time someone has actually been rude to me about it. So, but I genuinely try to be a good person, and like personality wise, people usually get along with me. So I don't know. It's you gotta find the vibe. You gotta feel out the situation. But it's definitely not something I would tattoo on my forehead in a small town. I just don't talk about it. Every time I post something about it on Facebook, I feel like I'm coming out again. So I don't know, it's something I kind of avoid anymore. What are the biggest misconceptions from people in big cities? What are the biggest misconceptions that people from big cities have about transgender people in smaller cities, trans people from big cities, trans people in smaller towns? So, I'd say the biggest misconception is that there is no, hormone access to hormone care, no access to gender affirming care. People are gonna treat you bad. And honestly, I feel like in any part of life, if you mind your own business and just stick to your crowd and what works with you, you're not going to have an issue. And I think people in cities would probably feel like if you walk through a small town, you might get targeted or like yelled at or whatever. And I mean, I guess it would really depend how you present yourself, because you have to understand that in small towns, like people are, it's old school. So like, there's a certain way that you have to present yourself in order to pass and not be a target. And I hate to say that because it shouldn't be like that, but realistically, you have environmental, like, survive, use your survival instincts. I probably wouldn't, dress up all crazy and like have a shirt that says I'm trans and walk downtown. I probably would not do that. It's just like a way to be a target, and that's what people want. but I don't want to be a target. So, and it sucks, but it's just something that I feel like we will navigate past eventually. But that's my hope. So, what are the, and this did my last question, what are the challenges of accessing gender affirming care in a small rural area? So, I live by kind of like a major, well, it is a rural, it's like the definition of rural medicine, but it's a trauma one medical center. And I actually originally got my hormones prescribed through them. But if you're in a small town, there was definitely online options. I think even back in like 2014, 2015 when I started. And I know today there's like Plume and stuff. And well, for a while, I actually had to go like 2 hours away. So I remember the medical center closest to me was going to prescribe it, but I don't remember what happened. There was a wait list or something, but I ended up actually having to go to Harrisburg, which is the state capital. So now that I'm thinking about it, I did actually have to go far. So yeah, it was very challenging. And at that time, insurance did not cover hormones at all. So I paid out of pocket for like the first year, I think. And then one of my buddies in high school found a loophole for the insurance, and I ended up not paying for it after that, thank God. And now they cover it. So it's, times have changed. Like I said, I tried to go back a little bit to like explain my experience, but then again, I don't want to take away from like this stuff has changed today, not completely, but in some ways it has, some ways it hasn't. But I'm gonna cut it off here because I don't want to make super long videos because I don't like listening to super long videos. But all right, have a good day. Let me know what you guys want to hear next. If there's anything that you want me to talk about specifically in the next episode, or I'll just think something. But I'm trying to do it bi-weekly at least. Maybe weekly, who knows. But all right, thanks guys. Have a good day.